Hello everyone, today's going to be a little bit of a longer video because I want to talk about Battlefield. I have officially reached over 100 hours in the game and I do want to share my thoughts on it because I do kind of think that that's a good amount of time to make a more longer dedicated video to it. And I do have a couple of categories that I will be talking about of the game. Those will be gunplay, environments, battlefield moments, maps, and fun. Now I know technically environments and maps could be the same, but I'm going to separate them because usually the environments and battlefield are very, very good. In environments, I mean the maps layout, details in the map and destruction and shit like that. And maps is just kind of just the map, like the overall map of how it was designed. So I'm going to start with gunplay because I feel like this is one that a lot of people will be able to agree with. The gunplay is very, very fun. It feels like a typical Battlefield game. It feels a little bit more smoother than your typical Battlefield game, especially since launch. But sometimes I do find that hits don't register when you hit someone. I don't know why. I kind of think that in a couple past videos that you can actually see where I'll be over someone shooting them and they're not getting hit, and it has nothing to do really with connections or anything like that, because during these gunplays I don't really post anything where my game's laggy. It's pretty much the connection is fine. So I don't know really why that happens sometimes. Maybe it's me. Maybe the hit detection is so good that like it fucking breezes past someone's ear or whatever in the game. I don't really know, but the gunplay is very, very fun. I do find it very fun, especially if you could jump out of a helicopter and blow it up jumping out and shit. That's just typical Battlefield gunplay, and it's very, in my opinion, it is very smooth and it's very satisfying sometimes. Next on, we're going to go to the environments of the game. Now again, environments, I mean the destructions and the detail of the maps and stuff like that. And in my opinion, it's okay. It doesn't really feel like a Battlefield game with the environments. The destruction isn't really there. These maps don't, the environments feel very bland. They don't feel that Battlefield. Usually Battlefield is like very chaotic and like there's shit everywhere. There's shit you can blow up. There's walls you can blow through and big fucking buildings and skyscrapers and shit that like you can climb up to and shit. There's not really a lot of that. A lot of the maps are like big open fields, and I find that to be a very, in terms of the environment, because I will be touching back with this when I talk about the maps. But in terms of environment, that's very boring. Like that's very bland. Like there's nothing you can do with the environments in those games to make them interesting, because you're just kind of making it like a big fucking bland Battlefield. So the environments, you can't really expand on them because there's really nothing to do, and there probably really wasn't an attention to even make the environment interesting on that map. But they're okay. I don't think they're bad. They're not the worst, I don't think, but they're okay. Next, I'm gonna talk about battlefield moments. This might be a stupid category, I don't know, but I feel like it is. I feel like it is important because Battlefield has moments that only can happen in Battlefield. Whether that is blowing up a fucking tank from a helicopter or fucking skydiving past a helicopter, unfolding your fucking parachute, throwing a C4 in the helicopter, blowing up, and Battlefield always has moments in it that are literally called Battlefield moments for a reason. And those are certainly in the game. I've seen a lot of cool shit playing. I've done a lot of cool shit playing the game. But I feel like there's not as much as previous games, and I kind of feel like the environment and the maps play a big role in that, because there's not a lot of cool shit you can do. Like I remember specifically in Battlefield 4, I forgot the name of the map, but it was a city, and it was just towers in the city, and you would have constantly people jumping off these buildings, throwing C4s down, blowing shit up, like killing tanks, getting helicopters, or like diving down onto someone and fucking like and landing on them and just assassinating them. You can do it in the game, but I feel like it's a little bit more hard because there's not a lot of elevation, so you just can't be on a building and jump off a fucking building and get a helicopter. Most of these maps, on most of the time with these maps and with the environments, you have to pretty much get into a helicopter, ride the helicopter up and jump out, and then purposely like destroy the helicopter while you're trying to do like throw a C4 in a helicopter, like blow it up with a rocket launcher. They're there again. They're really fun. You see it in your games, but I just feel like it's not as potent as it should be in a Battlefield game. When it comes to maps, in my opinion, I feel like they're very boring. They're very empty, and that kind of ties in with the environment. They don't really feel like Battlefield maps. Like I remember playing Battlefield 4 I love Battlefield 4. The maps in that game were fucking amazing, and they were great. And even the maps in Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5 were fucking better in this, in my opinion. They were more lively. Like they were more lively. They were full of detail, and there was actually shit that you can like buildings you can blow up and things that you can do and things like that. And you can find cool hiding spots in the game. For this, like I said, like a lot of the maps, they just feel like very big battle locations, and I feel like a big issue with that came because of the 64 v 64, and I feel like because of that they made the maps a little too big, and I feel like they kind of focused on making the maps too big for that scale without really focusing in on details and environments and stuff like that, and what actually makes the game and the maps fun. But leading up to it, the last category is going to be, is the game fun? And yes, it's a lot of fucking fun. I have a lot of fun playing the game. I at this point I've passed 100 hours. I have 120 130 hours in the game. The game is really fucking fun. I don't have any, in terms of fun, it's not as fun as Battlefield 4, Battlefield 3, or anything like that, but the game is really fun, and especially from where it was when it first came out, it's a big improvement, and it feels like a Battlefield game now. But I do feel like that some of these things with the maps and the environments and stuff like that, I do feel like those things really make a Battlefield game a Battlefield game, and I feel like those things are not in the game as much as they should be, and in my opinion, I find that to be a problem. But maybe not. If you guys agree with these categories, or if you guys thought I should have maybe picked a different category, let me know. If you guys agree with my thoughts, let me know. If you guys disagree with my thoughts, let me know. We could have a little discourse in the comments, especially with this, because this will be a really good thing to talk about and just get people's perspectives on the games who have more hours than I do and stuff like that. But yeah, that's it. If you guys enjoyed, let me know. If you guys didn't, let me know. That's it. Peace out. Bye-bye.